A Bengali chef cooks up a curry in an East London restaurant. He's one of thousands of immigrants prepared to work long hours for a meagre living in the West. For many, the curry houses are their first port of call, providing ready, available work. And the restaurants are extremely popular, offering a cheap meal out. The Bengalis have adapted the cuisine of the subcontinent, producing dishes such as tandoori chicken and vegetable korma, which have become England's favourite meal out. They've made their living from catering since first arriving in Britain in the 1970s, when the state of Bangladesh was created out of East Pakistan. Altogether, more than 300,000 live in the UK, making it Europe's largest Bangladeshi community. This area of East London is known as Bangla Town. The streets are lined with curry houses. The restaurants have always relied on cheap or free labour, and with extended families and apparently a limitless source of immigrants, there's been no shortage of workers. But times are changing, and it's predicted many won't survive. Restaurant owners who've worked all hours building up these businesses are not prepared to see their children working for a pittance. They say they've sacrificed themselves for their children's education and want their kids to have traditional professional jobs. Mahtab Chowdhury still shops locally for the food served in his 3 restaurants. He says many restaurant owners are underpricing themselves and won't be able to survive if they have to pay realistic rates for labour. Mr. Chowdhury warns that the traditional model of the Bangladeshi family-run restaurant is under threat.
Say like third generation, they are going to be a professional. Not everybody, but majority, the children are getting better educations. So the small restaurant, they cannot afford to bring, the people, professional people, and they pay, the £6 or £7 an hour will be difficult. So slowly, this industry will be died down.
Aminul Ahmed is a typical third-generation success story. A medical student at Cambridge University, he's currently doing practical work on the wards of London's King's College Hospital. Aminul says he never had any intention of following in his father Ghias Uddin's footsteps. He arrived in Britain in 1959, working as a waiter before setting up his own restaurant. Although Aminul regularly visits his parents at weekends, he has higher aspirations, and his father is only too happy. He's worked hard to support his children, who have found successful careers in pharmacy, dentistry, engineering, and medicine. The restaurant business is poorly paid and involves long hours. He's proud of what he's achieved, but he's pleased his children haven't followed into the business.
I'm happy about this, because in the restaurant it's a very long hours to work. In the morning from 9, 10 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, even later than that. But in the office or any other jobs, shorter period, so it's all right.
For Aminul, a career in the professions always beckoned.
I think it was a question of what could I move on to from the restaurant trade, because for my parents it was almost a stepping stone. They wanted to get us educated, they wanted to make sure we got professional jobs, and the restaurant trade is the only thing they knew when they came to this country. And my dad came here almost 40 years ago, or over 40 years ago, and he's just moving on from there basically and just working up the social class ladder.
His father is set to retire soon, and the restaurant may well be sold or managers put in to run it. Tighter immigration controls in Britain are also sounding the death knell for the traditional curry house. Immigrants from Bangladesh have provided a cheap pool of labour for the restaurants, enabling them to produce low-cost food. But with visa restrictions, restaurant owners are finding it more difficult to get staff. Chefs and kitchen hands and waiters are now in great demand. Most days, Azmal Preem strolls down to the local employment agency in a bid to find staff. He's looking for a chef and waiters.
I need staff. I need a tandoori chef, I need a kitchen boarder, I need waiter. Mainly waiter is more necessary than anything because waiter, the young generation don't want to work in service job. They want a computer and this and that.
Bangla Town is often the first stop for immigrants entering Britain, so this agency is contacted by restaurants throughout the country. But demand far exceeds supply.
At this moment, we have got a lot of vacancies. The people are ringing me non-stop to supply them stuffs, but we have got no staff at all. And I think this is a very acute problem. We have been facing this problem for last few years, and we have informed the government, the Department of Employment as well, and we are not getting any help to get the new recruits from Bangladesh.
Siraj Ali owns 4 successful curry houses, including this one, the Maharaja. He has only one son with whom the curry connection exists, but not in the traditional way. Ansar's a stockbroker. After spending a couple of years working in the city, London's financial district, he now makes his money buying and selling shares at home. Ansar's also involved in the curry business, but he has no interest in getting his hands dirty. He's designed a website for the Maharaja, and he's now setting up a site which enables customers to book a table at any curry house in Britain.
As far as going into the restaurant business, it's not something I would, have the ambition to do because of the long hours. I mean, it is very hard work, and I've seen how much hard work it is. But I have ambitions to do my own business in the new economy, like the technology and the internet business.
These streets used to be home to first-generation Jewish and French Huguenot communities. Once they were successful, they moved on. Now the Bengalis seem set to follow in their footsteps.